And we're set for the championship game from the 2014 Desert Diamond Cup. The Chicago Fire taking on Chivas Rayadas, U20 development team from the Mexican 3rd Division, and of course affiliated with the famed Chivas Guadalajara. Oldest player is 20 on this roster, most are 18 or 19, and we will try to keep them straight throughout the game. On the Chicago side, the starting lineup: Frank Yallop's 4-1-4-1 formation. It's close to what we expect the Fire to start the season with. Probably not all the pieces there, but pretty close. Sean Johnson starts in goal. The back four, right to left: Lavelle Palmer, John Kennedy Hurtado, Bakary Soumare, and Gonzalo Segares. Jeff Lorenowitz, the holding midfielder. The attacking midfielders: Patrick Niarco on the right, Chris Rolfe and Alex in the middle, Dilly Duca on the left, Juan Luis Anangano up front for Chicago. Mike McGee, you may be wondering, he is available off the bench tonight. Chicago and Chivas Rayadas just about set to go here in Tucson. It has been a crazy day in terms of weather. 25-mile-an-hour winds at times. Some downpours throughout the day periodically. It is raining right now. It just started. And we'll see how it affects the match. Here we go. We're underway from the Desert Diamond Cup championship game, so to speak. The Chicago Fire, who went 2-1 in group play against the guest club Chivas Rayadas from the Mexican 3rd Division. This Chivas team played Thursday night in league play, won 5-0 against Deportivo San Juan, which had been in first place in the group. And many of the same players who started on Thursday are in tonight's lineup, although not all of them. Raul Godinho is in goal, 17-year-old who was the starting goalkeeper for Mexico's under-17 team that went to the World Cup final last summer. He was the starter on that team. One of the defenders, Luis Martir, is a former U.S. under-17 international who has been playing in Mexico. This one runs out for a goal kick to the aforementioned Godinho. The Fire will start the season taking on Chivas USA at StubHub Center next Sunday. So in that sense, the schedule makes some sense for Chicago. Right away, there's Rolfe involved in the middle. This is Navarro for Chivas. And Bakary Soumare steps in to win it for Chicago. Third game of the day here in the first two. We finished level. Chivas USA and Real Salt Lake finished 1-1 in the opener as Anangano chases the long ball and it runs out for a goal kick. And then New England and Colorado finished 2-2 in the second game. Just underway, second minute from the Desert Diamond Cup, the Chicago Fire and Chivas Rayadas. It is a cool, blustery night. The Fire attacking right to left, which is with the wind in the first half. So they have the wind at their back, and hitting long balls really isn't going to work because the wind's going to carry it for a goal kick. We've already seen several of those today. Martir, the right back, fouled there, and Segares gets a word of warning from our referee, David Gantar, the linesmen Anthony Vasoli and Fabio Tovar. This is Martir again. His pass picked off by Soumare, but he loses control of the ball and runs out for a Chivas throw-in. Not exactly the weather you think of when you think of Tucson. This is Alex with some room to run, gets it ahead to Anangano, left corner. Stumbled and lost his footing a little bit. And now Chivas let it run out. Should be a corner kick, but neither official saw it. And it ends up as a goal kick. That pretty clearly ran out of bounds, and neither Tovar, the far side linesman, nor Gantar, the referee, was in a good spot to tell that it had gone over the goal line. Chivas play short out of the back. Now they will go upfield, and you can see the wind kind of knock that down. This is Lavelle Palmer in the starting lineup. Wide to Patrick Nyako. Lorenowitz couldn't get to that pass, and it turns over. Samari's header falls right to the Chivas midfield. This is Navarro, 39, dropping it off to Sergio Flores. Cross deflected by Dilly Duca, and Segaris comes over to help and win it for the Fire. Alex, confident pass, which again with the wind, they've got to be really careful about your passes tonight, and you can see that fairly average hit clearance carries all the way to the goalkeeper, Gudinho. Jonathan Yardley with you on this Saturday night from Tucson, Arizona. Inclement weather. It's been simultaneously one of the more beautiful and more inhospitable days of soccer that I've seen. Between the second game and our final, we just had a gorgeous sunset, the rainbow off in the distance, and the wind never stopped, but the rain had stopped, and then just before kickoff, the rain picked up again. But actually pretty good conditions now. Sean Johnson with the ball at his feet in the 6th minute. And I don't know if you can tell on the screen, but Johnson just kind of floated that, didn't hit it real hard, and about near the center circle, the wind just took it and gusted it forward. So very interesting to see how both teams adjust to the conditions today. Guzman went down for Chivas, but the Fire come away with the ball. Lavelle Palmer lost his footing. The ball hit his hand a couple of times. He's going to get away with it. And it's cleared by Hurtado. You can hear the drums in the soundtrack of the game, or you could until they stopped, just as I introduced them. About 30 or so supporters off to the right, happy to show up, and I think so far they've been booing both teams, but going to provide the atmosphere for this one. Hurtado let that one get away, and Sean Johnson comes way out and chips it up into the stands. And in this case, it worked out well because nobody knows where the extra soccer ball is. Martir to throw in. He's from Los Angeles, played in the U.S. Under-17 residency program with Marky Delgado, among many others. But now with Chivas in Jalisco. This Rayadas team currently 3-1 in league play. Again, had a big win on Thursday night, right back at it. Chris Rolfe on the run there, broken up by Flores. Pass forward to Rolfe in the midfield. His switch deflects to Duca. Segaris. His cross deflected, and finally the Fire will get the corner they earned about 5 minutes ago. It'll be the first of the game. And Chris Rolfe trots over to take it. Back post. Palmer is there, does get ahead to it, but nothing that will trouble Raul Gudinho. Do want to send a shout out to the Chicago Fire supporters from Section 8 Chicago tuning in tonight at Cleo's in Ukrainian Village and the Globe Pub in Lakeview. Thank you for joining us. See what the Fire can put together today. And of course, Chicago's set to open its home schedule Sunday, March 23rd against the New York Red Bulls. Hurtado whistled for a foul against Daniel Rios, who had 2 goals on Thursday night, one of the front runners for Rayadas. Very well-heeled group musically. Sumari's pass was deflected there, and Rolf tries to win it back for Chicago. There's Alex working back defensively, which will please his coaching staff, but it's knocked out for a Chivas throw. Luis Marquez on the far side, lost out to Palmer. Hurtado to Alex. Really going to be a test in terms of ability to bring the ball out of the back for Chicago, these center backs. Duca tried to swing it, got caught in between 2 players, and Chivas attacks, but ball turns over to Sumari. Throw into the Fire near the halfway line. That one out off of Anand Gano. Chivas pairs 73 and number 173 together in the middle of the park. Flores and Guzman. Hurtado goes back to Sean Johnson again. He's got a good wind at his back. Sends this one forward on Gano with a good touch to find Rolf. That one chipped toward Rios, rolls out for a Chicago throw. We expect to see a pretty good run out for the Chicago starters, as you would expect with the opener 8 days away. But we will see some changes in the second half. Everybody dressed and available for this one. Palmer floats it for Anand Gano. He got a head to it. Godinho with the save. And he's able to keep the Fire off the scoreboard. That was a chance that didn't look like much, and turned into a great chance as Godinho was going the wrong way when Anand Gano got that header on goal. Here's a look at it as that cross floated all the way to Anand Gano. From the corner, the Fire head away. Or beg your pardon, Chivas obviously head away. Chipped back in by Alex, but over everybody. Throw in to Chivas Rayadas. If you're just joining us, no score, 14th minute. Chicago Fire taking on one of of the developmental teams for Chivas Guadalajara to close out its preseason. Alex's cross, Anangano tried to turn it, leaving it for Rolf. Instead, Chivas able to come away with it. Rain falling again here, with the wind at the Fire's back. Alex gonna hit it, lined it up, but couldn't keep it on target. He's been busy early, and you figure Alex is a guy whose spot in the lineup may not be the most secure. Mike McGee likely tabbed to play one of those attacking midfield spots when he's available. Harry Shipp and Benji Hoya both off to good starts in the preseason. And Alex has been really lively so far. That one given away. Here's Nyako. Feeds Anangano. Curls it! Chicago strikes first. 15 minutes in, it's Juan Luis Anangano. Bad giveaway in the middle of the field. Patrick Nyako was the first to it. And instead of going to goal himself or trying something tricky, he kept it simple, fed Anangano, open on the left side of the area, and a composed finish from the Ecuadorian. There it is, picked out his corner, no problem. And a good sign for Chicago. Yes, it's a finish he should make, and a pretty open chance, but good sign to get one of your big guns untracked. Alex broke that one up. Flores had his pocket picked by the Fire midfield. If it sounds windy, it's because it is. But again, in Chicago's favor in the first half. Second half will be interesting to see how things play out. It was definitely a factor in our previous game, although both Colorado and New England managed to score in each half. Moves by Alex, but Guzman sweeps in to win it, and it turns over. Rolf tried to find Anangano, but it's out of his reach. Fire, of course, tied for 5th in the Eastern Conference last year, lost out on the playoffs due to tiebreakers. Ninth in Major League Soccer in offense, but tied for 16th in defense. Alex with a couple of juggles over players, tries a third one and gets smacked across the face. And it's a yellow card to one of the center backs. I believe it's Edson Flores. And it is. And Alex down for the moment. David Gantar holding off the Fire training staff. And that seemed like a classic case of, well, you're not going to go up and over with 3 players in a row. But as we said, Alex seems up for it tonight. Jeff Lorenowitz trying to dig a divot in the field to keep the ball from moving. It's going to be a difficult chore. 19th minute, Chicago in front on a goal from Juan Luis Anangano. It's Lorenowitz driving it and hit the post. Went underneath the wall and hit the post. Almost giving Chicago a 2-0 lead. Good power off dead balls as always from the 30-year-old Lorenowitz, now his 10th MLS season out of Brown. Denied by the post there. Nyako got to that one, but lost out in the tackle. Still Chicago's ball. The wind just blowing this one backward. Gano trying to get onto it, and it's out of Nyako's reach at the far post. He kept it alive with Palmer. Palmer left-footed shot, save Godinho. And Chivas able to clear for the moment. But Chicago all over their much younger counterparts. Gets it back to Segares, and it's knocked out for another Chicago throw. Lorenowitz poked that one away. Here's Nyako for Chicago. And Gano calling for the foul instead of heading for the ball. Chivas tried to clear it, but the wind blew it back to Palmer. Tough start for the youngsters from Mexico, having to go into this wind in the first half. Nice turn by Duca, but he did lose out to Martir in the end. Now a foul called against Navarro, the midfielder trying to help his right back. Sure that's not 10 yards, and the ball maybe rolled further in that direction before too long. Alex drives it in over everybody, but falls to Nyako. Now it deflects toward the end line. And blows that way in the wind before Chivas able to knock it away toward midfield. Nyako couldn't keep that one in. It'll be a throw into Chivas. Gano and Nyako, almost comical miscommunication there, banging it off one another. Another throw into Chivas on that far side. Been a good preseason for the Fire, of course. That goal allowed to New England on Wednesday, the first They had conceded as this one falls to Anangano. Duca racing into the area, eyes up. This one falls to Rolf. Layoff. Shot is blocked. Alex tries again and fires it high. Best part about that finish on Wednesday was that Chicago almost tied it up, hitting the crossbar in the final minute of stoppage time. You get a look back at Alex's 2 chances. First one was on goal, but blocked in the second high. Neat footwork by Alex, straight up the gut. Layoff, Nyako, and it's deflected out for another Fire corner. 8 shots for the Fire already, none for Chivas in these first 25 minutes. Here's the delivery. Godinho missed it, but it goes straight through. No, now they're going to say he did get a touch to it. It will be another corner for the Fire. An in-swinger is going to really be difficult for this goalkeeper, and you'd think the Fire would want to send Alex over and take this one with the left, but it will be the right-footed Rolf to deliver. Rain whipping across the field now. Rolf drives it in there, looking for Anangano, and he couldn't connect. Sumari in the corner, neat footwork, knocked away. Whistled for a foul. It'll be a free kick to allow Chivas to come out of the back. Fans, a reminder, every day is game day with MLS Live. Watch hundreds of live and archived games on your phone, tablet, or computer via MLS Live. You can go to live.mlssoccer.com for more information and to subscribe. MLS Live, your home for Major League Soccer all season long. 27th minute here, we are live, and the Fire have a 1-0 lead on Chivas Rayadas in the final game of the 2014 Desert Diamond Cup here at the Kino Sports Complex in Tucson. FC Tucson are diligent, hard-working hosts. We've had scaffoldings blow over, advertising boards blown across the field. The Fire coaching staff was trying to put down cones for pregame warm-ups, and they were being blown side to side. Last year we had snow on the final day of the Desert Diamond Cup, so everyone's just been saying that they were, or during the week at least, so everyone's been saying they were glad it's not snow. A free kick to Chicago as Lavelle Palmer was knocked down. And a little extra demonstration by throwing the ball down by Luis Marquez on the far side. David Gantar, give him a talking to. I'm not sure how David Gantar's Spanish is. Fire in no hurry to restart. And Rolf clearly not on the same page there. Rolf had flipped outside with Alex. And Duca had gone inside as well. Rolf stumbles over the ball there as multiple players on both teams battle for it. Eventually it's a Chivas free kick. May not be the prettiest first half you've ever seen. Good turn by Segares to play that one long. And Flores just ushers that one out. Gets a strong hand on the shoulder from Juan Luis Anangano. Godinho, 6'4", 185 pounds, and very promising goalkeeper in the Mexican system. Obviously, this win is difficult for any goalkeeper. We saw Clint Irwin's goal kicks blown back at him in much the same way in the second game. Great pass by Rolf, finds Alex knifing into the box, and Godinho off his line to grab it. A little invention there by Rolf to get the ball inside. Godinho wisely elects to play this one on the ground. Now it's banged up field. Sumari is battling with Rios. Found some space and was felled with a tackle by Marquez. Fire take it quickly. Duca on to his right, gonna hit it. And it's deflected out for a corner kick again. Fifth corner for the Fire, none for Chivas. Rolf's delivery floats up in the box, settled down, and Godinho able to hold it after Anangano got a little piece of it. Navarro couldn't keep that one in. Right in front of Frank Yallop and the Fire Brain Trust. Believe me, they kept an eye on the early game. Chivas USA taking on Real Salt Lake. Got to look at some of Chivas USA's new players, including Leandro Barrera, the winger. And Luke Moore, the English forward, came off the bench in that game. That'll be the opening game for the Fire, Sunday at StubHub Center in Southern California. And another Sunday road test, this one much tougher, at the Portland Timbers on the 16th, before Chicago finally comes home. Take on the Red Bulls on the 23rd. All the way back to Sean Johnson. Wanted to make sure he got a touch. Hadn't had one in a few minutes. Today would be the day to try and set your record for how far you could punt a ball. I think Sean Johnson might be able to hit the scoreboard all the way at the other end of the field. Duca did really well to slide in and win that one between two players. Back on that left-hand side, Nyako on the right, Rolf and Alex in the middle, all of them backed by Jeff Lorenowitz. casual with that pass. Navarro able to pick it off for Chivas, but Hurtado boots it up into the stands, and it will be relayed back down to the field. Couple of hard challenges on that play, and David Gantar played advantage briefly, but now Chivas has it. I'm telling you, this is one of the more active games I've seen Alex have on both sides of the ball. A really good sign for Frank Yallop and the Fire. The left back is Marco Lopez. He was overlapping, and this one's knocked out for a Chivas Rayadas throw-in. Rios on the ball for Chivas. Hurtado back to Johnson. Look at that one go, and look at Patrick Nyako chase it. Chivas bring it back to Godinho. Unable to keep it in play. This one turns over to Rolf with help. Dribbled past one, couldn't get past the second man, but holds on to the ball. Segaris. Here's Sean Johnson out of his area on his left foot, and can't keep it in play up the sideline. Juan Luis Anangano has the game's only goal, came in the 15th minute. Turnover by the Chivas Rayadas back line, picked off by Patrick Nyako, and he fed an open Anangano on the left side of the penalty area. From there, 24-year-old Ecuadorian able to curl one inside the right-hand post. This one deflects toward Rolf, but with the wind and the wet surface, it was always going to be tough for him to catch up to it. Good switch of field by Lorenowitz. Nyako laid it down to Lavelle Palmer. Trying to find Anangano, and it's headed away at the back by Flores. right to Lorenowitz. Tried to get it to Chris Rolfe. He's still going. I think Alex is enjoying this chance to show off some of his ball skills as well. Lorenowitz put in a tough spot there with a man on his back. The Fire are able to move it. Duca dummied, but nobody running behind him. Rios felled by Duca, but Lorenowitz can't connect with Chris Rolfe. Five minutes to play in the first half. Chicago with that 1-0 lead, trying to go 3-1 in the tournament. And again, that only lost by the slimmest of margins on Wednesday. Shot from distance blocked by Lorenowitz. Now chipped through for Martir, apparently stayed on side. Early cross, falls to Navarro. His shot into the belly of Sean Johnson on one bounce. First save the Fire keeper has been called upon to make. Chivas getting a little bit more comfortable here, learning where they can be successful against a far more experienced team. This is Navarro. Had the shot a minute ago, tried to go inside to Rios, but couldn't connect with him. Luis Marquez gives chase. Good work by Segaris down the left that time, and he has a throw in at the moment. There's a chance there for Rolfe to dummy that ball for Anand Gano, but I think the leave yell came too late. Here is Anand Gano with his back to goal. Pass is deflected upfield. Tucson, Arizona, one of four main preseason sites this weekend. Orlando, Charleston, and Portland, the others. Here's Nyako, 30 yards from goal. Now Palmer. Nyako lost his footing right as he got the ball. Now he's tripped. And it'll be a free kick to the Fire. Patrick Nyako entering his 7th Major League Soccer season. Number 7 pick in the 2008 draft out of Virginia Tech. Here goes Lorenowitz again, fires it low, deflected, still with Chicago. Nyako tries to send it back in, looking for Sumari, gets a touch to it, but just enough interference to prevent him from making a pass, and Godinho, the goalkeeper, restarts for Chivas Rayadas. Niako on the move. Neat slalom dribble to Rolf. Now Duca. Anand Gano wanted it back right up the middle. Duca holding it himself there, and a little bit of frustration from his teammates. Now Niako has a step. Almost had a second, but Flores able to avoid the nutmeg at the last minute. Just about half time here, and the Fire, as you would expect and hope, in full control. Haven't been able to get the second goal, but the 15th minute strike from Anand Gano, enough at the moment. Niako used Palmer as a decoy. Now drops it to him. Palmer with the chip. Anand Gano got a head to it off the crossbar. Rolf Scorpion hit the post. 2 chances in a row, and that's going to do it for halftime. What a conclusion to this first half. Anand Gano with a header came off the crossbar. Chris Rolf with an acrobatic attempt at a Scorpion follow-up. Here's Palmer's chip, and just check out how close Chicago came. That would have been one for Chris Rolf's highlight tape had it gone in. More instinctive than anything else, but still a fun look. 45 minutes in the books at the Desert Diamond Cup. Chicago 1 and Chivas Rayadas nothing. We'll take a break and be back in about 10 minutes with the second half. Chivas 1, I beg your pardon, Chicago 1, Chivas Rayadas nothing. Back after this on MLSsoccer.com. Back here at the Desert Diamond Cup, final game of the tournament. The Chicago Fire against Chivas Rayadas. 1-0, Chicago with the lead on the goal from Juan Luis Anangano in the 15th minute. No changes for the Fire at halftime. This starting group going to go a bit deeper in the game. And on the Chivas side, we have seen at least one change with Anwar Hernandez coming on. There's the whistle, the kickoff, and we're underway in the second half. The Fire in red will be going into the wind in this half as Patrick Nyako brings down a long ball, tries to feed Anangano, and has it broken up. So Chicago had the wind in the first half. I think they will play slightly differently in the second. Navarro clears upfield where Hurtado was trying to manhandle Rios. Instead it's knocked down and Alex comes back to win it for Chicago. The Fire in a 4-1-4-1, which seems to be Frank Gallup's preferred formation for this season. Sean Johnson in goal. Lavelle Palmer at right back. Bakari Sumari, John Kennedy, Hurtado the center backs. Gonzalo Segares the left back. Nyako with a good touch to find Rolf. He can't hold on to it though. Jeff Lorenowitz, the defensive midfielder, sitting in front of that back four. And then the other four midfielders, Nyako at right wing, Chris Rolf and Alex in the middle. Rolf just whistled for a foul there. And Dilly Duca on the left. Juan Luis Anangano up top for Chicago. We did get an update at the half that Mike McGee is expected to play about the last 20 minutes or so. Reigning MLS Golden Boot winner. Who just rejoined the team this week after working through some personal issues. Worked an extra session yesterday afternoon trying to work toward regaining some of the fitness he lost since the food poisoning at the end of U.S. national team camp. Rolf stripped that one away. Chicago trying to counter. This is Duca on the left. Segares with the overlap. Dilly Duca to the right foot. And it's held by Godinho after he knocked it down. Fire out shooting Chivas Rayadas 12-1. And you can see an enormous banner unfurled on the far side. I'm afraid I don't know the reference. But good use of resources. Long range shot not going to be a problem for Sean Johnson. It is a cool, windy night in Tucson. No rain to speak of at the moment, though. It's been off and on throughout the game. Chris Rolf able to keep that one in and now gets taken down. It'll be a Fire free kick. Alex getting it back to Gonzalo Segares, running down the left wing. Bending it in early, looking for Anangano. It's deflected off of Anangano and out of bounds. The keeper, Raul Godinho, punched it, and it caromed off of Anangano before he could react and ran out of bounds. Fire have a few subs warming up off to our right. Chivas Rayadas subs warming up in turn. Gudinho, with the benefit of the wind, easily cleared midfield on that one. I think as a goalkeeper, you have to be relieved to be playing at the south end of the stadium today. That long ball going to run out for a Chicago goal kick. Fire fans, Chicago Fire winter packs featuring 4 tickets to opening day at Toyota Park on March 23rd, and 4 hats are available for just $99. Visit chicago-fire.com/2014 winter pack to purchase. We could use a few winter hats up here right now, I'm not gonna lie. More because of the wind than because of the absolute temperature, as Alex overlaps, feeds Duca. Neat footwork by the Montville, New Jersey product, but Chris Rolfe sees it broken up to the top of the box. Chivas try to play through, but it rolls safely for the Fire to Sean Johnson. Bad back pass on Gano. Pressures, it's knocked straight up in the air. Falls to Duca. Gonna hit it left-footed, deflected. Nyako. Patrick Nyako goes down. Penalty kick, Chicago. Patrick Nyako, too quick for his defender. As we've seen so many times before, taken down, and it'll be a Fire penalty kick here in the early stages of the second half. Gonna look at it here, and you know Nyako's gonna go with speed there, and it was the substitute Anwar Hernandez who tackled him down. Jeff Lorenowitz steps up and places the ball in the penalty spot. Again, difficult to get a ball to stay in one spot in this wind, but he's accomplished it for the moment. Gudinho was part of a crazy shootout in that under-17 World Cup. He converted one, and the shootout went 12 rounds. He's on the defensive end here, though. Jeff Lorenowitz for Chicago. Saved by Gudinho, diving to his left. Kept alive and saved again. Big play by this 17-year-old goalkeeper. Lorenowitz hit it hard, but Gudinho guessed right and made the play. Rolfe and Duca take the corner short, and it's lobbed back in and knocked down by Gudinho. Tries to play an early ball here, and he overhit it. Again, I told you today was a day goalkeepers should set their personal best in punting distance, and he didn't need to hit that one as hard as he did. Here's Alex feeding Anan Gano down the right wing. Tried to split 2 defenders, couldn't do it, but it's still a Chicago throw-in. Chivas will make a change in the 55th minute. And it's Marco Granados coming on. He's the other player on this team that was at the Under-17 World Cup last summer. He subbed in every game as a forward as Alex drives this shot wide. Granados just in wearing number 167. Again, subbed as a forward in every game and scored in the semifinal against Argentina. So Gudinho, the goalkeeper, has made a strong play, and now his national team teammate Granados is in as well. Alex and Rolf not quite on the same page as he tried to slip one in. Anangano still with the game's only goal back in the 15th minute. Jeff Lorenowitz denied on a penalty kick here in the 53rd, again by a 6'4", 17-year-old from the Mexican national team program. Long ball here, and it'll be a goal kick for Sean Johnson. Fire supporters get an insider's view of the team's first preseason under Frank Yallop. With Fire Preseason All Access, watch the series and subscribe via the YouTube channel Official Fire Soccer. Preseason All Access on the Fire's YouTube channel. I've watched several of those. Good content. They haven't gone behind the scenes of the MLSsoccer.com live streams yet, though. We're waiting for our moment in the, well, I can't say the sun because it's obviously not time for that right now. Granados with his first touch for Chivas Rayadas. Segaris intercepts for Chicago, tried to go ahead to Alex, but it is picked off by Alvaro Sandoval, one of the center backs whose name we didn't call often in the first half. Long ball here for Rios with Hurtado bringing it back to Sean Johnson, and he just sprays it up toward the tattered remains of the Desert Diamond Cup banner that has been faithful throughout the entire tournament until tonight, and the winds have knocked it down. We hope that banner survives for the next tournament. Granados shows for the throw-in. Lorenowitz with a hard challenge from behind and puts his head back in frustration. It'll be a free kick to Chivas. Sandoval and Guzman among the targets coming up for the free kick. Here it comes, going back post and headed away by Hurtado. It'll be a corner for Chivas Rayadas. It's Victor Guzman to take this one. Sends it in. Sean Johnson let it run right past everybody, kept alive. Still loose in the penalty area. And the Fire looking very vulnerable to the set piece right now. Admittedly, Sean Johnson's dealing with a 25-mile-an-hour wind, blowing that one toward him at unexpected angles, but you would ask him to do better with the cross. Fifth MLS season for Johnson, as he sends this one upfield in the direction of Dilly Duca, and it'll be a throw in to Chivas. Segaris, Lorenowitz, and Rolf, the current Fire players in the lineup who are over the age of 30, but a couple more in their late 20s. Palmer 29, Hurtado 29, Sumare 28, and Nyako 28. Duca racing for that one, and Sandoval won it with a good tackle for Chivas. Granados has really been good since coming on for Chivas. And this one knocked out of play by Sumare. Navarro trying to fight through a couple players on the far side of the field. Hurtado came up with it for Chicago. Now Palmer gets forward on the right. Floats one high. Alex going for it and undercut Sandoval. They try to head it backward, and Chivas eventually able to get it out of its defensive third. Marco Lopez has it knocked out of bounds by Patrick Nyako. Chivas have looked much more composed in this second half. Here's Duca. Loses out. They find Guzman, the captain, in the middle of the field. Granados. Left-footed shot over the top from outside the area. Shots 15-3 in my book. Sean Johnson wisely avoiding the punt, although he still floats it up there, knocked down at the halfway line. Nyako did well to win it, though. Now Hoshi Lugo going to come on for Chivas at the next opportunity. Replacing Navarro. Alex clearly, I beg your pardon, that was Duca, who clearly pushed off and was whistled for it. As Harry Shipp gets set to come on for Chicago in the near future. Aronowitz, rough touch in the middle of the field, lost it, and here goes Granados. Overhit his pass, trying to feed Lugo in the box, and it was the right pass, but the wrong weight. So the sub coming for Chicago, it's going to be Nyako coming off, and Harry Shipp coming on here, 65th minute. Shipp, the homegrown rookie out of Notre Dame, and most outstanding player of this year's College Cup, and has been very good in preseason. We'll see how he does in this wide role. He's played more often in the middle of the field. The left back Lopez forced out of bounds by Shipp. They switch it to the right back, Martir from Los Angeles. Lugo had that one go under his boot. Alex across the halfway line has help with Cigaris. Anand Gano, corner of the area. Feeds Cigaris. Cutting it back. Here's Alex. Low shot. Hit the post and cleared away. Fourth time the Fire have hit metal tonight. Ship tried to split a couple defenders, couldn't do it. And Lopez goes the other way for Chivas. Free kick to Chivas. Granados felt that Sumari dragged his leg intentionally. And he may have. Granados holding him off again. And a long-range effort from Guzman doesn't come off. The 2014 Chicago Fire season tickets are on sale now. Season ticket holders enjoy plenty of benefits, including season ticket card, free parking for select seating, and a 20% savings on merchandise and regularly priced concessions. For more details or to renew your season tickets, call 888-MLS-FIRE or visit chicago-fire.com. Alex fouled in the midfield. Frank Yallop up off the Chicago bench outside his technical area. Bundled up, of course. Cigaris ahead to Lorenowitz. Tries to feed on and Gano at the edge of the area. Got a touch to it, but Raul Godinho, with the use of his hands, able to come away with it. Got under that one. And Cigaris wins the second ball for Chicago. Ship's pass was a little bit behind Alex. Here's Guzman in the midfield. Granados tried to return the pass and didn't make full contact. That cross easily claimed by Sean Johnson. And Mike McGee is getting ready to check in for Chicago. This is long-awaited good news for Fire fans, just to see Mike McGee back on the field in a Fire uniform as he comes on for Chris Rolfe here in the 69th minute. Major League Soccer's leading scorer last year, finally back on the field in a Fire uniform. Anand Gano also coming out in favor of Quincy Amarikwa. And on the Chivas side, the backup goalkeeper Jorge Chavez in for the penalty kick hero Godinho. There's Mike McGee on it for Chicago, got it away to Palmer. Immediately wants it to the corner and gets a my bad hand up from Lavelle Palmer.
Substitutions in the 70th minute. Chivas Rayadas in goal, replacing number 120 Raul Godinho for 161 Jorge Chavez.
Driven switch by Chivas. Chipped into the box, man goes down, no call, says David Cantar, though the Chivas bench disagrees.
Chicago Fire replacing number 17 Chris Ball, number 9 Mike McGee.
shot from outside was blocked by Sumare. And this is one area where we're curious to see Chicago, just exactly how Mike McGee fits into this formation. 4-1-4-1, but will he really be in line with his other four, or will he be more of a withdrawn second forward? And a free kick to Chivas here. It looks like Duca's gone on the right, Alex on the left, and McGee and Ship are playing inside. Here's Rios, and he hits it from distance, but nowhere near the target. On the out-of-town scoreboard, busy day of Major League Soccer action. Early today in the Disney Pro Soccer Classic 7th place game, Toronto finished last in the tournament after losing 4-2 to Fluminense, despite goals from Michael Bradley and Dwayne De Rosario. In the 5th place game, Philadelphia and Montreal tied 1-1. Jack McInerney for Philadelphia, Marco DeVaio for Montreal, and Philadelphia beat the Impact 4-1 on penalty kicks behind Zach McMath. In the Carolina Challenge Cup, DC United won the tournament on goal differential after a 2-2 tie with the Seattle Sounders. Kenny Cooper and, yes, that man, Fire fans, Marco Papa for Seattle, Fabian Espindola from the penalty spot, and Perry Kitchen. DC 2, Seattle 2. In the Rose City Invitational in Portland, San Jose beat the Jamaican club Portmore United 1-0 on a goal from Cordell Cato. In the 3rd place game at the Disney tournament, Orlando and New York played to a fabulously entertaining 4-4 tie. Bradley Wright Phillips with 2 goals, Ibrahim Sakaya with 1, Johnny Steele with 1 for New York. Corey Herzog, Dennis Chin, Adama Mbenge, and Kevin Molino for Orlando City. And you don't know the name of Adama Mbenge right now, but you will when Orlando comes into MLS next year. He's a Senegalese player, debuted with Orlando when he was 17. He's excellent. The second game of the Carolina Challenge Cup, Houston was up 2-0 on Charleston last I heard on goals from Tony Cassio and Giles Barnes. In the final of the Disney Pro Soccer Classic, Columbus was beating Kansas City 2-0. Goal from Jairo Arrieta and Bernardo Anor. And at halftime of the late game of the Rose City Invitational, Portland was leading Vancouver 1-0 on a Will Johnson free kick. That's the out-of-town scoreboard here at MLSsoccer.com. "73 minutes gone here. Chicago 1, Chivas Rayadas 0. Again, this is a team from the 3rd division of Mexico, a reserve team. The oldest player just turned 20. Mostly 18 and 19-year-olds. And again, the goalkeeper, Gudinho, who saved Jeff Lorenowitz's penalty kick, is still only 17. He'll turn 18 in a couple of months. Palmer and Duca both went for that one, and it's out of bounds off the foot of Duca. Throw into Chivas. Granados. Martir tries to come inside. It's broken up. Here's Mike McGee for Chicago. Keeps it moving to Duca. With Ship. McGee didn't find Harry Ship's run the first time, then tried to get it to him later, and it was broken up by Marco Lopez. Lugo struggled with his touch on the bumpy surface in the middle of the field. Now gets it back. Anwar Hernandez stepping forward, subbed on at halftime. Lugo's pass deflected. Palmer tries to head away. And Ship will relay it downfield looking for Amarikwa, who bumps off Hernandez and gets called for the foul. that play goes down a little differently during the MLS regular season. Duca fighting for the ball, loses out to Rios, and it's a throw in to Chivas. There's a look at Mike McGee. 21 goals, 4 assists last year in regular season play, and of course, added several in the Open Cup. Unbelievable year, and I think everybody in MLS is fascinated to see if he can replicate that success this year. Always been a good player, never hit for anything like 20 goals before. Really made such a huge difference in Chicago. Marco Lopez, the left back, getting forward for Chivas Rayadas, and it's knocked out by Sumare. Guzman sends in the cross. Sean Johnson with a good catch at the edge of the 6. Amarikwa to McGee. Clipping it in, looking for Quincy Amarikwa. He couldn't get there. And the goalkeeper Chavez off his line to pick it up. Kick to Chicago. 78th minute, Chicago 1 and Chivas Rayadas nothing. Fire will open their season a week from tomorrow at Chivas USA. And the Fire ready. Another substitute, Benji Hoya, who's enjoyed a good start to his Fire career in preseason. In the box, looking for McGee, and he couldn't connect as it was cleared away by Guzman. Guzman helps Harry Shipp to his feet, and now we'll get the sub. Hoya, still only 20, going to replace Dilly Duca here in the 79th minute. Hoya, typically an inside player, will again go wide right where we saw him on Wednesday, and to be honest, he didn't look quite as comfortable as he did in the middle of the park earlier in preseason. But if he wants to get on the field, that may be the spot in which to do it. Shipp in the left corner, tried to cut it back in the direction of Amarikwa, no connection though. Guzman able to turn in the middle of the field for Chivas. Pass picked off though by Larentowicz. Here's Hoya's first touch on the near sideline. Ahead, McGee dummied it, and Hoya trying to run onto it. Hard tackle by Larentowicz. He swept the second leg, and Jeff Larentowicz lucky to escape with a yellow card. First leg fine, but he came flying in with the second one. And Jeff Larentowicz, no stranger to hard challenges, got really stuck in there. And that may add a little bit of extra emotional investment in the last 10 minutes for both teams. I'm not sure exactly who that young gentleman wishes to rock, but he's giving it a good go. Granado's playing it through. Sean Johnson off his line, outside of the penalty area for the moment, waits for the ball to enter the penalty area, and scoops it up. Palmer's long ball in the direction of Hoya and just knuckled out of his reach. Palmer able to win it there and get it away to Hoya. Sandoval will play it safe, and it's a Chicago throw in on the right side. Sumare lost his footing and ended up lining one into the substitute, waiting to come on, who of course does not fall anywhere on our roster. Replacing Alexis Lopez.
Chivas Rayadas substitution, the 83rd minute. Replacing number 168, Alexis Lopez, number 175, Miguel Tejada.
It is Miguel Tejada, who is listed as number 165. He's wearing 175, so there you go. Chivas trying to see if they can find one and tie the score here. They've stuck around. Chicago has been unable to get a second goal as Benji Hoya's fell short of the halfway line. There's Hoya from the Northern California area. Lugo in the middle of the field, fouled by Alex. Scrappy at the moment from both teams. Chivas Rayadas will start from the back. Chicago 1, and this development team nothing. Juan Luis Anangano, the game's only goal in the 15th minute after a Patrick Nyako pass. Here's Guzman going to try it from distance and actually hit this one better, but really wasn't going to trouble Sean Johnson. Of the 6 shots for Chivas, I would imagine 5 of them have been outside the area. Logan Paz is going to come in here for Lorenowitz in the 85th minute. Longest tenured player in MLS in terms of consecutive tenure with one team, Logan Paz. Drafted by the Fire in 2003. 2014, he's still there. Granados doing well to hold the ball up, but when he tried to turn, Lavelle Palmer was right there. Five minutes and change to play in the Chicago Fire's preseason. They lead this 1-0, and should they hold it, they'll get a trophy for their troubles. Pretty big one, too. Amarikwa has McGee in the box. It's too far for him. Benji Hoya can't get there either. The 18-year-old Jorge Chavez off his line for Chivas Rayadas. Rios, Granados, Lugo. Anwar Hernandez. One more sub for Chivas Rayadas, Alejandro Almejo on in the 87th minute, replacing Sandoval. David Gantar checking whose throw-in it should be, and it is a Chivas throw. Just a handful of minutes remaining here. Ship cleared that one in the direction of Amarikwa. Back to Harry Ship. McGee towing the offside line. Alex was looking at him, and Mike McGee stopped his run because he was going to be offside. And Chivas Rayadas collected the back. And McGee and Guzman in a little flare-up. And the yellow card goes to Mike McGee for clipping the heels of the young Chivas captain in the 88th minute. So welcome back, Mike McGee. Here's a yellow card.
Chivas Rayadas yellow card issued in the 88th minute. Number 173, Victor Guzman.
Alex comes away with it on the left side. Ahead to Amarikwa. McGee in the box. They try to get it toward McGee, and he goes down under the challenge of Guzman. No call.
Actually, the yellow card was issued to Chicago Fire's number 9, Mike McGee.
Minute and a half. Still just a 1-0 game, and see if Chivas can get any numbers forward here. Logan Paz broke that one up, moved it quickly to Hoya. McGee had pulled out to the right. He and Hoya occupying the same space at the moment. Comes in the direction of McGee. Johnson hangs this one up. McGee did well to win it, get it to Hoya. Early ball for Amarikwa, who's onside. Quincy Amarikwa, chance to finish it off for Chicago. Left-footed, Amarikwa's got it. Icing on the cake to seal it in the 90th minute. Set up by Benji Hoya and Mike McGee. Hoya with the through ball. McGee had won the initial header, and Amarikwa apparently stayed onside. And good finish with his left foot. The goalkeeper, Chavez, charging him, clearly left that post exposed. And Amarikwa made the most. Watch the overcommit to one side of the goal, and Amarikwa reads it, bends it in with the left foot. wrap things up for Chicago. Great preseason for Quincy Amarikwa, and he continues it with a goal there. Here goes Alex. Hoya's crashing the back post looking for a goal. He's already got an assist on the night, and the ball turns over as we're into stoppage time now. Just have about a minute. As Chicago going to take the Desert Diamond Cup. The left back Lopez going forward, feeds Granados. And tried to chip it through for Lugo, and they weren't on the same page. When you're playing a team of 18 and 19-year-olds, it's kind of a no-win situation, but Chicago looked just fine in posting one goal in each half and going to come out of here with the 2-0 win and the 2014 Desert Diamond Cup. Most importantly, they got Mike McGee back on the field. He got a yellow card. He's got a second assist if you keep track of such things in preseason. And he just picked up another foul that could have been worse. Got a goal for each forward, Anand Gano and Amarikwa. And a continued very solid defensive effort, which is what Frank Yallop and Chicago have built this preseason on. One last free kick chance for Chivas. It'll be Guzman curling it on goal. Easy for Sean Johnson. And there's the full-time whistle. The Chicago Fire win the Desert Diamond Cup with a 2-0 triumph over Chivas Rayadas here in Tucson to close out the MLS preseason. Juan Luis Anand started the scoring in the 15th minute, and Quincy Amarikwa wrapped it up in the 90th minute, finishing things off with a breakaway goal. And here's a look back at Amarikwa's finish right at the end. Predominantly right-footed player, but more than adequate with his left, able to sock that one in and finish it off for Chicago. It's been a heck of a fortnight in Tucson for our crew. I just came in for the last couple of days, but Neil Sika was here to start things off as you get a look back at Anand Gano's goal. And on behalf of MLSsoccer.com, our thanks to FC Tucson and everybody who hosted here. And on behalf of our great crew working dawn to dusk to get these things on the air and show them to you, Dave Keeble, Abner Aceves, Dan Hayek. For again, Neil Sika, who started the tournament. I'm Jonathan Yardley. Thanks for watching tonight. Chicago 2, Chivas Rayadas 0. The Major League Soccer season starts 1 week from today, Saturday, March 8th. Go to MLSsoccer.com. Get ready for 2014. It's going to be a good one. The final tonight, Chicago 2, Chivas Rayadas 0. Thanks for watching. Good night from Tucson.